Hello dear students, today we are going to discuss reproduction in gymnosperms. And before getting started, let us first recapitulate what we have studied so far. We know that gymnosperms are heterosporous. They produce two types of spores, microspores and megaspores. Microspores are the initial cells of male gametophytes, and megaspores, they are the initial cells of female gametophytes. And you know that the microspores are produced in microsporangia and megaspores are produced in megasporangia or ovules. और जो microsporangia होते हैं, they are born on the abaxial surface of microsporophylls, and these microsporophylls aggregate and form the male cones. Here you can see this is the male cone of cycas, while as the megasporophylls which bear the megasporangia, they are aggregated and form the female cone. This is the female cone of Pinus, okay, and this is the male cone of Pinus, okay. One very important distinction that you will always remember is that in case of cycas, you do not have the female cones, rather the megasporophylls which bear these megasporangia or ovules, they are loosely arranged, okay. So you are having two types of spores, microspores and megaspores. Microspores they give rise to male gametophytes, and megaspores they give rise to female gametophytes. First of all, we will discuss the development of male gametophyte. याद रखना बेटा, जो ये spores होते हैं, they are haploid because they are formed as a result of meiosis. Okay. The male gametophyte development in gymnosperms, it varies a lot between different species, and they also differ in terms of the stage at which they are released from the microsporangia. Okay. In cycas, they are released at 3-cell stage, in Pinus 4-cell stage, and in Ephedra they are released at 5-cell stage. याद रखना बेटा, आपके पास say for example एक microspore है cycas का. First of all, it divides and forms here two cells. This cell is known as prothelial cell, and this is known as antheridial cell. Later on, this antheridial cell, it also divides. Okay, prothelial cell remains as such. Antheridial cell divides and forms two cells. Antheridial cell divides and forms two cells. This is known as generative cell, and this is known as tube cell. Okay, and later on, at this stage, you can say that pollination takes place. Okay, जो साइकस होता है, इसमें pollination 3-cell stage पे हो जाती है, and these 3 cells are prothelial cell, generative cell and tube cell. Okay, और जब pollination हो जाती है, जब pollen land करता है on the ovule, okay, when pollen lands on the ovule, then later development takes place. क्या होता है तब? आपके पास ये स्ट्रक्चर होता है 3-cell structure. जो generative cell होती है, that divides further and forms 2 cells. One is known as body cell and second one is known as stalk cell. Okay, and this body cell, it divides and forms 2 sperms. It forms 2 sperms or male gametes. और याद रखना बेटा, जो साइकस होता है उसमें मेल गेमेट्स दे आर मोटाइल, दे आर फ्लैजिलेटेड. याद रखना, साइकस और गिंको ऐसी 2 स्पीशीज़ है जिम्नोस्पर्म्स में जिनमें मेल गेमेट्स जो होते हैं वो मोटाइल होते हैं. अगर हम बात करेंगे पाइनस की, पाइनस में क्या होता है? पाइनस में बेटा ये माइक्रोस्पोर है आपका, और दिस माइक्रोस्पोर इट डिवाइड्स एंड फॉर्म्स small prothelial cell and a large cell which is known as apical cell, and this large apical cell, it further divides here. It forms one more prothelial cell and it forms the antheridial cell. Okay, and this antheridial cell, it divides here. You can see you are having 2 prothelial cells and antheridial cell. Antheridial cell divides and forms generative cell and tube cell, and in Pinus pollination takes place at this stage. Okay, फिर क्या होता है? जब पॉलिनेशन हो जाती है तो फिर जेनरेटिव सेल डिवाइड होती है और बनाती है स्टॉक सेल एंड बॉडी सेल. बॉडी सेल बनाती है फिर 2 गेमेट्स. इसी तरह इफिड्रा में भी है. लेट अस सी हाउ मेल gametophyte development takes place in Ephedra. You are having a microspore here. It divides, forms small cell prothelial cell and a large apical cell. Okay, and this large apical cell, it divides further. You are having one prothelial cell, large apical cell divides and forms second prothelial cell, and then it divides. You are having 2 prothelial cells. You are having this antheridial cell. this endothelial cell divides and forms the generative cell and the tube cell. Okay, and further development takes place inside the microsporangium. You are having two prothelial cells, you are having generative cell, okay, and you are having tube cell. This generative cell divides and forms the stalk cell and the body cell. That means you are having 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 cells, and in ephedra pollination takes place at this 4 cell stage. याद रखना बेटा, pollination takes place at 4 cell stage. I will repeat, in cycas pollination takes place at 3 cell stage, in pinus it takes place at 4 cell stage, and in ephedra it takes place at 5 cell stage. Okay. Now the female gametophyte in gymnosperms, the female gametophyte, or you can see here, this is the female gametophyte. It is monosporic. That means it develops from a single functional megaspore. Let us first see what is the structure of ovule or megasporangium in gymnosperms. You have integuments, okay, and you have this diploid tissue which is known as nucellus. And one of the cells of the nucellus, it functions as megasporocyte or megaspore mother cell, okay. And this megaspore mother cell, it divides by meiosis and forms functional megaspore, okay. It forms functional megaspore, and usually 4 megaspores are formed. Only 1 survives and the 3 degenerate, okay. That is what is meant by monosporic. If your female gametophyte, it develops from a single megaspore, this is known as monosporic type, okay. However, in Velvetschia and Netum, all the 4 megaspores which are formed from this megasporocyte as a result of meiosis, okay, all the 4 megaspores, they take part in the formation of female gametophyte, okay, and this is known as tetrasporic type of development. Now you have female gametophyte which is formed as a result of divisions in the megaspore. The female gametophyte, it forms orchigonia, which are the sex organs, female sex organs, okay. And the number of orchigonia in a female gametophyte is variable. For example, this is the female gametophyte of cycas. You have several orchigonia, okay, you have several orchigonia, while as in case of pinus you have only 2 orchigonia, and in case of netum you are having only an ovum. The ovum represents the female sex organ, okay. And the orchigonium in gymnosperms, its structure is like this. It has a single egg and a ventral canal cell, okay. For example, this is the orchigonium, okay. I am taking this orchigonium here. This is the orchigonium. It contains a single egg and a ventral canal cell. However, the neck canal cells are absent. जो neck canal cells होती थी टेडोफाइट्स में, वो यहाँ पे absent है. याद रखना बेटा. Okay, I will repeat. The female gametophyte in gymnosperms, it develops from the megaspore, okay, and this development takes place from a single megaspore. 4 होते हैं megaspores. They form from the megasporocyte as a result of meiosis, and only 1 functions. That is why this development is known as monosporic development. However, in Velvetschia and Netum, all the 4 megaspores which result from this megasporocyte, they form the female gametophyte. And these female gametophytes, they form the orchigonia or female sex organs. And the number of female sex organs or orchigonia in a gametophyte is variable. For example, you have several orchigonia in cycas, only 2 in pinus, and in case of netum, the orchigonium is represented by a single ovum, okay. And the structure of orchigonium is like this. The general structure of orchigonium is like this. You have an egg cell, you are having a ventral canal cell, but one very important point is that in case of gymnosperms, the orchigonia do not contain the neck canal cells, okay. This is all about the development of gametophytes in gymnosperms.